Hello and welcome. As you probably guessed, I am MotherAzure, but you can also call me Maria. I'm back again with another Pico card, and today's video is going to be about what Spirit is proud of you for. Now, it can be literally anything. I just wanted to do a video like this because I feel like usually either people ask about their love life or ask about healing and things that they need to improve, which is completely okay. But I feel like sometimes we need just a little bit of encouragement, some feel-good things, and something to be proud of ourselves for. So when I say spirit, I specified that it can be technically any divinity, even your spirit guides that are simply proud of you and want to let you know that, just to let you know, to make you feel better, or just so maybe you realize that you're doing better than you actually are. So I'm just clearing that up, although I'm going to be saying spirit throughout the whole reading. Alright, so I have 2 oracle cards here picked out already for each group. I'm going to be shuffling the tarot on camera, and I'm also going to be shuffling affirmators at the end to get you just an extra message, maybe not necessarily about what spirit is proud of, just something to cheer you up or whatever they want to say. And then I'm going to be using some dice to get you some numbers so you can check the numerology for. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into your pile. So for pile 1, you have the clock. For pile 2, you have the butterfly. And for pile 3, you have the key. Hey, Luffy, pile 1 with the clock, that is your reading. So let's see what spirit is proud of you for. Now I'm gonna be shuffling on camera. If you want to skip the shuffling, you can go ahead and do that. I'm gonna put a timestamp in the description below. If I say anything during the shuffling that is relevant to your reading, I would signal it next to the timestamp, but I'm just gonna get into it. And then at the end, I'm going to shuffle the other one. So let me just see what you got here first. So you got lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything unaligned must go. And then it's time to take action, even in Aries. So let's see what spirit proud of you for. Your permission to tap into your energy. Let's see what's going on here. The Hanged Man. I'm aiming for 3 cards, please. What spirit proud of pile 1 for? The Queen of Cups. I love this. Okay. I love this so much. Alright. What spirit proud of pile 1 for? And the Emperor. Bro. Alright. I genuinely love this. Alright, so that was faster than I thought it was going to be. I'm going to shuffle the other one at the end. So, what's very proud of you for? So, literally with this card, with lifting the veil, anything on a line must go, and then having the Hanged Man next to it, Spirit is very proud of you for the work that you have done. So you've done a lot of self-improvement, a lot of work on the self over time. You've done the sacrifice necessary. And the thing with healing is that healing is a sacrifice because it's painful and most people just avoid it. So you kind of have to push yourself to doing it because it doesn't happen automatically usually, right? And you've actually gone and done most of the work. Or if not most of the work, you have been doing the work as it has been coming up. So as things have been bubbling up to the surface, you have been really dealing with them in the best way that you can, right? And the best way possible as well. That's what I was gonna say. And Spirit is proud of you for that, especially with the lifting the veil thing. So you have gotten rid of a lot of things. I'm hearing beliefs about yourself specifically. They're saying schemas. So schemas, from my understanding, if I remember this correctly from my classes, it's ideas that we have about the world, like a specific setting. So let's say if I ask you to think right now of an office, right? There are certain things that you're going to see in that office, like a desk, chair, possibly a computer. So that's a schema. So that's like the idea that you have of how an office would look, right? Like that's my understanding. So these are things that we learn over time, and it kind of saves our brain some trouble. Like we have an idea already, so not everything is always completely new. So our brain doesn't go crazy, right? So I think that the reason they're saying that is that you have worked on unlearning a lot of things from your past. Things that you learned were a given. or things that you learned were non-negotiable or unchangeable, or just general things that you thought it would. So it's like deconstructing things that you have been taught that you realize weren't true. And that's mostly what the work I'm seeing here is about. So that's something that Spirit is proud of, especially here. I'm hearing as well that you have been learning to see more of the beauty in the world. So maybe before you had a very negative perception of the outside world, let's say. So other people, other people just personally, and other people in general, how they act and all of that. And you've kind of moved away from that through your own healing, and come to appreciate finding happiness in the smaller things. Because I feel like that's something you lost at some point, because of just a lot of people do, right? So I was going to say because of trauma. It could have been trauma, but it doesn't have to be. People just do it because that's what society expects of us in a way, so that we're kind of forced to stop enjoying the tiny things because we are so busy with everything at all points, right? But you have kind of regained that. So your inner child is very happy, I feel. And that's something that Spirit is proud of. So especially here as well, you have the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is all about, because it's cups, obviously, it's emotion. So the Queen of Cups is someone who is very empathetic. She is a psychic in a way. You could be a psychic. You don't have to be a woman. But even if that's not the case, with the Queen of Cups here, it's letting me know that you have done a lot of work regarding your emotions. And even as I'm saying this, I'm feeling like you already know the difference between an emotion and a feeling. So the emotion is the brain chemistry thing, the actual emotion. The feeling is what you feel in your body. I feel like many of you likely know that because they said it. So you have learned to feel your feelings, and basically what that means, if you're not if you haven't noticed that yet, I feel like most of you have, but in case you don't know about that, so the feeling is what you feel in your body, physical sensations. The emotion is the actual, oh, I'm angry, I'm sad. The feeling is what accompanies the emotion. So when you get angry, you start feeling, your heart starts beating faster, your pupils dilate, your muscles start contracting. That's the feeling, that's the physical stuff, right? So you likely know that. So you have done a lot of work, like I said. So for this group, it's mostly inner work. So it's not that you haven't done work on the outside, but you have been focusing a lot on your inner world in a way, and how you perceive other things and how you treat yourself especially. That's something very important here with the Queen of Cups. You could have been very self-critical, but you have done a lot of progress in that. And you have really stepped into your power a lot more. So you are, I'm hearing, hold on. They're actually showing me something very similar to the Ace of Wands, where, someone is just holding up a wand. So it's I feel like you're standing up for yourself and learning to be much more authentic. But especially the standing up for yourself part, because maybe in the past you weren't someone that... I'm hearing created conflict, but it's not exactly conflict. It's just fighting back people that were hurting you. You were not someone that did that before, and you have gotten better at it, because the thing is that even if you don't want to fight people, you shouldn't let them walk all over you or disrespect you. And I feel like you have gotten significantly better at not allowing that to happen. Okay, so you've stepped a lot, like I said, into your power. And I'm hearing I'm hearing you're on top of this shit. And I just noticed here that I have the Emperor and the Aries. So the Emperor is the Aries, is associated with the sign of Aries. So this is Mars energy. And with it says it's time to take action. There's a new moon. This is about starting new things. So I almost feel like you're... What's the word? Hold on, I'm looking for a specific word. It's not ready, but I'm going to say ready because I can't find the word right now. So it's you are ready to tackle the next challenge in a way. So at this point, I feel like you've almost come to a point of, instead of fearing the challenge, to kind of see it as an opportunity for growth. So you're not afraid of it anymore. You kind of jump into it head first. So instead of looking at the world as a scary place and new opportunities as something to be afraid of, you're looking at new opportunities as something to be excited about, and something that could open you up to a lot of new possibilities, right? And I think that's interesting with you choosing the clock. I did choose these. Well, it wasn't exactly intuitively. I just kind of moved my charms around, and whatever jumped out is what I put, in order. So this one's the one that came out for you. That I'm mentioning a lot about the past and the past and the past. So it's I think it's very important because you have done all that healing, and I think that's amazing. So okay, I was gonna use the other deck right now. It's probably gonna be a shorter reading, but that's okay. Because I feel like I've told you a lot, even though it's been really fast. So I'm gonna get you the numbers. I was going to shuffle like the affirmators, but they were like, no, let's do the numbers. So the numbers, you can look up any combination of the numbers that come up. You can look them up individually. You can add them up and reduce them. So let's see what you get. Hold on. 116. Again, any combination of these. And when I say add them up and reduce them, that means just adding like 1 plus 1 equals 2 plus 6 is 8, so you would look up 8, right? And by reducing is like if you got a number that's 2 digits, you would add those 2 numbers up. So like if you got 12, you would do then 1 plus 2. Just so I'm explaining what I meant, but you don't need to do that because you got an 8. So look into that. I am not a numerologist, so I don't like to tell people what the numbers mean because it's not my area of expertise. But from my understanding, specifically in tarot, the number 8, and this is especially associated with the star card, it's a lot about individual growth and rebirth, right? So I think that fits very, very well with your reading thus far. So if you want to look at the numbers to see what comes up, go ahead and do so. And I'm also feeling like you've broken a lot of cycles, and that's something that Spirit is proud of, something Spirit is glad that you have done, because I'm hearing like you were being kept in the dark, and you actually have a lot to offer to the world in a way. Well, we all do, but when I say in a way, like there's something specific that you kind of have the ability to do, something that you have the ability to do, but that you weren't able to do before because you were kept on a negative loop, right? And when I say a negative loop, I'm not talking about emotions, I'm not talking about experiences per se. It was more like maybe negative experiences were part of the loop, but it's like you were stuck in a single place. You weren't evolving. That's the word. You weren't evolving over time. You weren't doing that before, but now you are, because you took the time to hang yourself by the feet. Because the thing with the Hanged Man is that the Hanged Man, even though this is supposed to be in this deck, this is supposed to be Sleeping Beauty, the Hanged Man in tarot hangs himself up from the tree on purpose. So it's like a sacrifice. He's doing it to gain a new perspective and knowledge and all of that. Very related to Odin. I don't know why I feel the need to say that, but I don't know. Maybe that's a divinity that you are close to. So let's see any extra message for pile 1, just to conclude the reading, give them something good. So these are affirmators. You can affirmate, like use this as affirmations if you want. If not, that's okay. So you got good things to come. Oh, I love that. Okay. Hold on. This one says, it's like a car wrapped in gift wrapping paper, and it's like it has a bunch of eyes, which I find interesting, but it says good things to come. There are so many amazing gifts coming my way. I can't see them now because I respect the general convention of not peeking under the wrapping paper, but they will show up when the time is just right, and that's when I'll remember how much fun it is to be surprised. So that has to do with what I said before about tackling on new challenges, or just tackling on new experiences in general, because you see them now with like in a more positive light, and I think that's beautiful. And also it's coming, like Spirit is saying that with this, obviously there are things coming your way, so just open your arms to receive, because I feel like before you weren't open to receiving exactly because you were so afraid that even if you had a blessing like right in front of your face, you wouldn't touch it because you thought it was a trap. So like Spirit is very proud that that's no longer the case. And even I'm hearing like, even if sometimes it tries to come back, like those tendencies try to show up again, you are able to get them under control. And so you've become very self-aware. That's what I'm trying to say. So when that happens, you know what to do, you know how to stop it, and you know that it's basically that the trap is not the gift or the experience or whatever. It's that belief that the world is a dangerous place. It's not that there aren't dangerous things in the world, but there's a very big difference between seeing the world as scary and being depressed and angry about it, and seeing the world in a more positive light, where you can, like, where you're not stuck in that negative pattern of belief and that leading to a negative self view, and just a negative view of others as well in general, right? So perspective is everything, right? And I feel like you have successfully changed your perspective. I mean, even if you're not done, like, even like I said, if you have difficulties still, you've done a great deal of progress, and that's what Spirit is mainly proud of, that all the progress that you've done, because you have put in the work and you keep putting in the work. Okay, so that was beautiful. I love that for you. So that's all I have for you. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to, because I do put out new videos every Sunday at 12 p.m. EST. Also, go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you want. I do love my updates about the channel over there. And if you want to buy me a coffee, I have my Venmo and my Cash App in the description down below. It is never expected, but it is always very appreciated. I wish you the best of luck on your journey, and much, much love to you. Bye-bye. Hello, for pile 2 with the butterfly that is your reading. So I'm just going to place this right here, and I'm going to start shuffling your tarot. I'm going to look at these as well. If you want to skip my shuffling, I'm going to put a timestamp in the description in case you need to do that. If I say anything important or relevant to your reading as I am shuffling, I will signal that next to the timestamp, okay? But you can skip it if you want. I'm just going to look into what's going on here. So you got your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. And activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. Okay. Let's see. What is Spirit proud of pile 2 for? What is Spirit proud of pile 2 for? King of Wands. Lovers. All right. And one more, please. I'm going for 3 if possible. Ace of Wands. Okay. So let's see. So I'm gonna say this right now because I was trying to kind of hold off until I was done shuffling, so I wouldn't have to like be like, oh, there's something in the shuffling. So I start hearing, if you watch the Hermit Tarot, I believe that's her name. If it's not, I will correct it on the screen. But I think it's a Hermit Tarot. She does tarot as well, obviously. But she has this little tissue box messages, and some of them say, I'm grateful for, and they say something, and I think it's related to a month. If you have never seen a video of hers, maybe you should go and check one out right now, whichever one you think is for you, because there may be a message in one of her videos for you. I have no idea. I haven't seen anything from her in a bit, so I don't know if they're talking about a specific video, but I'm hearing like her voice, and it's like something I'm grateful for. So there's something in there for you, okay? I just wanted to mention that. So right off the bat, King of Wands, the Lovers, Ace of Wands. So you have done like a lot of work in your relationships. And when I say relationships, you may be like, oh, I have never been in a relationship, or like I haven't had any significant relationships. But I feel like this is more so talking about not only romantic relationships, it's talking about relationships with other people in general. in your relationship with yourself. So this is actually kind of similar to pile one in the sense that you have done work in terms of how you view yourself and how you treat yourself, but yours is more so focused as well on other people. So I feel like there may have been some not so great relationships in your life with friends, with romantic partners. Take it as it resonates, of course, even with family members. And that's interesting because it's not exactly very much reflected here in the cards. It's mostly like intuitive. So those relationships, they were toxic for you in some way, and you slowly kind of, I'm hearing a word, it's like unraveled yourself from them. It's not unraveled, I think. It's more like you detangled. That's the word, detangled yourself from these relationships and whatever hold they had on you, because you realized that they weren't conductive to your growth. I'm actually specifically hearing a literal TikTok that I watched not so long ago, and it was this woman saying how thinking I don't like how this makes me feel is reason enough to remove yourself or to let go or just pull away from a person or a situation or whatever. So just the fact that you don't feel well in that person's presence or in that situation, that is enough for you to walk away from it. It's not, you don't need to explain. It's a no. You don't need to explain that. And I feel like you have learned to do that a lot. And that's something that Spirit is proud of, because you have, I'm hearing like taken the power back into your hands. So maybe these other people or these situations or whatever they were, but I feel like it's mostly people, they kind of controlled your life more than you controlled your own life. So whatever they wanted to do, it's something you did, or whatever they didn't like, you couldn't like. It's not like you didn't, it's like almost like you felt like you couldn't disagree with them or like go against them. But now that's not the case anymore, because I have a lot of wands energy here, and wands are, when I think of a person that represents wands, this is obviously the fire signs. And the thing with the fire signs in astrology is that they are very much authentic, in the sense, it's not that the other ones aren't, it's like they take it like up a notch, right? So it's like, this is me, unapologetically me. That's what the energy is supposed to be. I'm not talking about like, oh, if you're a Leo, you have to be like this. No. You have a whole chart. I'm just talking about the energy that those signs represent, right? So being fire, it's like you have this ability, they have this ability to create, and in different ways, but it's mostly like very true to who they really are. Because the flames are also like, I'm hearing like the flames of the heart, which is very interesting to me. So they're driven by passion, right? So I feel like you have now taken the wheel in your own life instead of handing it over to other people. Okay. Also, I want to mention with the activated earth here with the power places, ley lines, and trust where you're led, you have also learned to trust a lot more when Spirit tells you this person is not for you, or this situation is not for you, or there's something fishy here. So you have learned to listen to Spirit, but also your intuition a lot more. And that's something they're proud of, that Spirit is proud of, because in the past they may have tried to kind of like help you, but you wouldn't pay attention to it, because it's like there were other people that you would have to listen to instead of what your own judgment told you, what your gut told you, what Spirit told you. And they kind of led you astray a lot. But right now, that's not the case anymore. You have done amazing work here. Because I'm like, oh my God, that's such a funny... In the beginning of your reading, I heard something very interesting. It was like, you're cute. And I'm like, I don't know if someone's talking to me or they're talking about you, or it's like, oh, you're cute. You're cute. I don't know you, but like, I don't care. And they just showed me this image of like a bunch of tiny people kind of running towards a point, and this hand just going flick, just flick. It's such a funny mental image. So it's like flicking. It's like, you can't hurt me anymore. You're not. No, no, leave. I don't want you here. That's literally what I'm seeing. It's just a bunch of like stick figures rushing to the middle. It's so funny. But I think that's what they're trying to convey here. And with the your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn, maybe you feel also with that, like with that image that they gave me, maybe you feel like it's a never-ending battle. So maybe you have either just a shit ton of toxic people in your life, or many people that have come in, you have realized they're not the right people for you, so you kind of keep flicking them away, like, no, false alarm, it's not you, nope, 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 nope. So it's like you're growing tired of it, of filtering the people that come into your life, but it's like it's saying, spirit is saying, like, don't worry about that. It's working, don't worry, it's gonna get fixed soon. So I feel like you might be meeting a soul family soon, or just people that appreciate you in general. When I say soul family, I feel like people have like they think it's like a very specific name, and no, it's just people that vibe with you and don't fucking judge you. Just like, that's it. Okay, so I'm going to get you one of these, which are affirmators, just an extra message from spirit in case they want to say anything to you, any advice, anything at all, and then I'm gonna get your dice. Okay, so, and also with the fact that you chose the butterfly, it's like you've done a complete 180, and they're proud of that, because and also you should be proud of yourself, because I feel like you didn't think you could do this. So now is the time, I think, to pat yourself in the back and be like, you fucking did it, you bad bitch. So I don't know why for your reading it's coming up so bluntly. So maybe, like I said in the beginning, even though I'm saying spirit, I also put in the intention that this would be like from any divinities in your life. So any deities, any even like spirit guides. So one of them is probably like, it's almost, maybe they speak very modern to you in a way, because it's coming up like very Gen Z, and I don't know why. It's kind of funny though. Like, even the images that they're giving me are very funny to me, very amusing. So this is like great sense of humor. Not that, like, I don't know who it is, it doesn't matter, but it's just interesting. So let's see here, if they have an extra message for you, just anything. And I'm noticing in your reading I'm having a hard time shuffling, because it's like, I don't know why, the cards are just not coming up as fast as the other ones, which is interesting. Ooh. Oh, there's two. Okay. So you got story of my life. As I tell myself the story of what's happening in my life, I choose to make it to make it the kind of story where even the tough parts have a sort of beauty. It's ultimately a happy story where every character, no matter how wicked, is doing their best. And let me tell you, it will be worth it when I earn that Pulitzer prize for best inner monologue. I have no idea what that means, but I think that's very interesting with what I said about relationships here. So even like right now, even though these people are kind of like fucking you up, and some of them did, to kind of see them in a way that's like, yes, you did me dirty, or like you were shitty, but also I can see, because the thing is that understanding where someone is coming from doesn't mean that you're justifying their actions. It may just actually help you understand why they did what they did, and maybe see their perspective, not because you have to, just because sometimes I found that it's helpful to understand that. Like with people that have wronged me, especially with my family, it has helped me personally kind of learn why they are like that, and it gives me like a little bit of sympathy, but not in the sense of I'm going to forgive you, or like I'm going to let you into my life again. It's more like it gives me a sort of peace, because I think that it helps you understand that it's not your fault. So like whatever happened is not your fault. It's on them because of something that happened to them in the past, or just something that they have learned over generations. Okay, so I just want to make that clear. And you do have another one that is communication. You got a bonus card. So this one says, wonder how that other person is feeling? Ask them. Wish they knew how you were feeling? Tell them. You've just been drafted into the communication army, where there is a strict do ask, do tell policy. Speak with kindness and gentleness and reach an understanding. If you don't, assumption will just make asses of everyone, including the person who came up with that aphorism. So communication. So assumptions are not good here. So maybe they're saying like, maybe like I said, what I was saying about the people in general, to maybe not assume what they do, or and also because you have had so many bad experiences with people, it may be difficult for you to trust others. Even though you have the trust where you're led here, you may still struggle with it, especially with new people coming into your life. So they're kind of saying like, not to give, so here's the thing. So you can give people an opportunity without letting them wreak havoc into your life. So you can put down strong boundaries, and like just a little something about boundaries. If you want to see if someone is gonna respect your boundaries, put a small boundary on something technically insignificant, like don't call me on Sundays, and see how they react. If they react badly, they probably won't be respecting your bigger, more important boundaries later. Okay? But it's like, at least give people the benefit of the doubt, because I'm here, like, we're all learning here. So it's like, that's something that maybe they're saying that you should work on, but they're still like very proud of everything you've done so far. And because it's not easy to filter your circle like this, okay? And it's very painful sometimes to part ways with people that we have known for a long time, even if they are harming us in some way, because we've known them for a long time. So we care about them in one way or another, right? So, but it's paying off, and they're proud of you for that. And I'm going to get you the numbers here. Let's see what comes up. It may be a little bit loud, so I'm just warning you. You got 111. Holy shit. So I was going to say, you can look up any combination of these. This is just going to be 111, right? You can look up the number 1 individually as well to see what it means. So to see the numerology. You can also add these up and look up 3, but I feel like it's very clearly a 111. Like, holy shit. And I moved, you saw that I moved them around in my hand, right? Because that always, I'm shook every time it happens. So anything else? Because I feel like there's something else that I'm missing. Hold on. I'm seeing okay, so regardless of like the part where they're talking about what you should probably work on later on, they're talking about, because I'm seeing literally Capricorn, so you don't have to be a Capricorn, but they're showing me like a Capricorn looking thing, and it's like kind of wading through water, and the emotion that they're giving me with that is like you're threading through environments and settings that you were too uncomfortable to swim in before. So it's like, you have done a great job of getting out of your comfort zone. I don't know why they needed to give me that weird image like for that, but hey, whatever works, So that's something they're proud of, because it's kind of like you're coming out of your shell, out of your cocoon, little by little. And this is very important. Like, I feel like a lot of your progress reflects itself in your social life. So this may be talking about you going out to parties, or just going out to public places more often, or I'm seeing specifically a library. So maybe you always wanted to go to a library, but you didn't because you felt awkward doing it, but now you're doing it. Take it if it resonates, So it's like, you're no longer letting the fact that you're not familiar with something, or that you may be feeling a little bit nervous about something, you're no longer letting that get in the way of you actually trying to do it. And also with the wading through the water thing, so it's like, I don't see you going against the current. So I feel like you're actually trusting what you're being led. So you're following the flow of energy. And you're not working against it anymore, because like I said, when other people were kind of piloting your life, you were kind of swimming against it because they were pulling you against the current, right? But not anymore. So you're kind of like much more in harmony with the universe and the energies around you. So that's very, very important. And I love that for you. Okay. So yeah, I think that was it. That's what they were trying to say. Also roses. Before I was gonna finish, but like roses. There's roses here and here and here. They're just flowers in general, red flowers specifically. They may be a sign for you. So, and I'm seeing she's not here actually. But there's a card here, which is the Empress. And they just showed me the Empress card. And I don't know why. This may be a divinity in your life, or maybe you're Hispanic. Because they're showing me like the divinity in the Empress card. It's the Virgen de Guadalupe. She's the Virgin of Guadalupe. So I don't know why I saw her, but like maybe she's important for you. But she left she would leave like even if there's like the super famous like novela and telenovela, and she would leave, like she would help people, random people. It was always like that, like different people. And when she helped them, she would leave a rose. So I don't know why that came up, because I'm seeing all the roses, but like, hey, maybe that's important for you. Maybe you're Mexican, maybe you are Hispanic, or you have some type of connection with her, and that's why it's coming through. But that's interesting. I just wanted to mention it before I finished here. So that's all I have for you. Please like, comment, share, subscribe if you feel called to, because I do put out new videos every Sunday at 12 p.m. EST, and I was gonna say, and occasionally on Sundays. I keep not one time that I don't fuck up my outro. Also, go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you want. I do all my uploads about the channel over there. And if you want to buy me a coffee, I have my Venmo and my Cash App in the description down below. It is never expected, but it is always very appreciated. I wish the best of luck on your journey, and much, much love to you. Bye-bye. Hello for pile 3 with the key. This is your reading, so I'm just going to put that right there, and I'm going to start shuffling in a second. If you want to skip my shuffling, you can go ahead and do that. I'm going to put a timestamp in the description. If I speak during the shuffling and it's relevant to your reading, I will signal it next to the timestamp, okay? So I'm just gonna get into it, see what's going on here. So you got lost lands, soul memories, and gifts. You've done this before. And expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. Okay. Let's see what Spirit is proud of you for. The permission to tap into your energy. Let's see what's going on. What Spirit proud of pile 3 for? 3 of Wands. I love that already. Yay! I'm very excited in this reading. I don't know why. Okay. 3 of Cups. A lot of 3s. Okay. All right. One more, please. Why would that happen? Okay. Queen of Pentacles. All right. So the first thing I noticed about your reading is that you got 3-3, and you're also pile 3. So we'll see what number comes up for you later, but like 333 or just 33 may be a very important number for you. Just letting you know, because it's like right here. So what is Spirit proud of you for? There are several things here, but like the first thing that I picked up on in your reading is that you have, in a way, balanced several areas of your life. So it's like you're no longer neglecting a specific area of your life. If you were doing that before, you're not doing that anymore. So it's like you're actually paying attention to what you're paying attention to what you're paying attention to in your life. Okay, so you are really looking at what you're investing your energy on and seeing if there's anything you have to change. I'm actually seeing, like, they're showing me someone, it's not journaling, it's like planning. So you may have started planning things in your life, like outlining them more clearly in order to follow through, and you have been doing that, and that's something that Spirit is proud of. I also just saw someone like with their mouth kind of like hanging open, like in surprise. Maybe this is something that you surprised yourself doing because you didn't think that you could stick with it. Maybe you didn't think that you could do it. Maybe you have always had issues with like creating a balanced life. And when I say a balanced life, maybe, like, for example, let me give you an example to see if you understand what I mean. So let's say that you overworked yourself. So like you put too much energy and time into your job, and then you neglected your relationships with other people and your self-care. And another way this could be seen as you kind of focusing too much on relationships and not focusing enough on yourself, or the fact that you had to make money, or the fact that you had other responsibilities to look after. So that's what I mean when I say that there was something unbalanced in your life and you were able to kind of fix that. So like you are attributing the appropriate amount of attention to several areas in your life, at least 3, obviously. But that is very much coming through. They just mentioned something about your emotions, and I do have that 3 of Cups here. So that is reflecting on the outside, because you have balanced a lot on the inside. So this is like, it's almost a reflection of changes that you have gone through internally. Maybe you feel a lot happier recently, or just a lot calmer in general. Like, or before, if you had like a lot of ups and downs in terms of your emotions, things have settled down like a little bit for you, and you're feeling a lot better, and that's why you can do it. I'm also seeing a lot of stuff in your reading for some reason. Like, I'm getting like a lot of visions and that type of stuff, like clairvoyant stuff. So I'm seeing someone very it's like you're trying to do so many things at once that you can't properly do any of them. So I'm seeing almost like you're multitasking or trying to. And the thing with multitasking is that we can't do it. Like, we're not built for multitasking. So like, even there have been actual studies like on the brain. Like, when people multitask, they make more errors in whatever it is that they're doing. So like, if they're doing 2 things, I was gonna say do, I don't know why. If you're doing 2 things, you're gonna make more errors on those 2 things than if you did one first and then the other one later. So multitasking kind of overheats your brain in a way, right? So I'm seeing like that frantic looking around, I have to do this, I have to do that, and then things fall off, or you break something, or you forget where you put something, or you can't find something. So I'm seeing like that was the case before, but now it has kind of calmed down here. I'm being called to read from the book this card, so hold on. That is the 3 of Wands. Maybe the mythology is relevant for you. So let me see if I find where that is at. It's right here. So it's called The Enchanted Pig. It's a Romanian fairy tale. It says the 3 of Wands represents hard work and travel. The princess takes a long journey to rescue her prince, making sacrifices and surviving trials along the way. If she stays motivated, her efforts will be rewarded. And it says self-motivation, freedom, reward, and romance. That's interesting because I almost never see this card associated with romance. So there is that. So maybe if this is for some of you, it could be the case that if you're already in a relationship, maybe you were having relationship issues, but you were able to come together with your person to walk through them, work through them together, and it's been paying off a lot. So something else here, I don't know, I'm like subconsciously shuffling these cards. I didn't even notice that I grabbed them. Also with the expect powerful change card right here, I feel like something that Spirit is also proud of is that I'm seeing specifically that you were like, when in the face of change, you probably became paralyzed a lot. So you didn't really want to do it. And that I'm also getting that with the 3 of Wands, but this is like you right now. But before, you kind of became paralyzed when there was a big change. Right before and right after, you were like I'm almost seeing like someone shaking a little bit. But right now, it's like you almost surrender to it, even if you're afraid. Because I'm not seeing that you are not afraid. It's more like you are walking through that fear in a way, right? So it's like you're having the courage to move forward despite fear and despite difficulties, and that also has to do with this card, obviously. Also with the lost lands, soul memories, and gifts. Maybe that's why I'm getting so many like clairvoyant stuff. So maybe you have a clairvoyance gift, and you have been working on it, and that's something that Spirit is also proud of. Like, you have been developing this on purpose, or just trying to work with it instead of blocking it. That's something really good. I can't help but notice that even in these two cards, there's this structure in the background, like kind of higher up. So I feel like you are actually, like I said with the planning, so it's kind of like you're setting goals for yourself and actually taking action to fulfill those goals. And that's very important and something that Spirit is proud of, obviously. Because if you stay motivated, you can do anything basically. So it's kind of like you are focusing one thing at a time, one day at a time. And that has worked a lot better for you. So you kind of, I'm here like, it's almost like you found your rhythm in everyday life, right? With that, you've done this before. I also feel like you have learned a lot from past experiences. This may also, like, I could interpret this card as past life stuff, but I feel like this is more about this life, where you have learned from past experiences, past mistakes, and instead of repeating those because they already happened and it's just the most comfortable way to deal with them, you have actually learned from it and taken a different approach. Okay, so let me try to shuffle here. And especially with the Queen of Wands as well, Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles, you have, like I said, with the harmony thing, but also especially I feel like you have worked on a lot on your finances, your physical security. And when I say physical security, it doesn't have to be finances. It may be making the place you live in more cozy, or just taking some time for yourself to... I'm almost like disconnect. Maybe you have been connecting with nature a lot more. And it's not only something that they're proud of, they're also saying like you should do that more often, or like you should keep doing it. If not more often, just keep doing it. So yeah, let's see what else is coming through here. So I'm using these Affirmators to see if they have any additional message or just anything else they want to say to you. They don't have to be exactly about what they're proud of. It's more like just something extra, whatever it is that I want to say, right? So you got beauty. Yeah, I love that. All right. Well, that almost fell off. That's what is patience as well. So maybe you're having a lot of patience, but I'm not going to pull it out because it didn't fall out. So this one says beauty. I am beautiful even when I don't... I got distracted. There's someone doing some shit in the background. I was like, what the fuck? Okay. I'm beautiful even when I don't think it. I'm beautiful even when I don't see it. I'm beautiful no matter how many people don't say it. I'm beautiful and I don't even care if you know it. I'm beautiful, which is why I don't have to try so hard all the time to show it. So there's a lot of self-love here as well. So maybe they want you to... I'm hearing loving the person in the mirror. So... maybe you have been doing that, like I said, but it's like, this is something that's probably very important for you right now. So looking at yourself as you are and giving yourself love, and acceptance, especially acceptance. So this is interesting because like I'm seeing like peacocks, they are beautiful. Obviously, like they're... feathers are beautiful. They're of all these beautiful colors and they're huge, but they don't really see themselves ever. So they don't really know if they're beautiful, right? So like this peacock is looking at themselves in the mirror, right? So it's like maybe something that you have been trying to work on a lot more recently is on your self-image, the way that you perceive yourself, especially your body, because I'm seeing that with a Queen of Pentacles, Pentacles are all about physical stuff like body, health, money. I almost heard fitness for some reason or whatever. So maybe you're trying to accept yourself as you look right now. For some of you, you became moms recently and you have like the post-pregnancy body, and you have to learn how to love it because it's your body and it's normal that it has changed as a result of the pregnancy. So because they literally showed me Grow with Joe, so I don't know if you have done workouts with her, but they literally showed me her and the transformation she has gone through as a result of her fitness journey. So that's very interesting, but take it if it resonates. Okay, so let's see what the numbers are. I'm just gonna move this around and get you some numbers, okay, that you can look up later if you want. So let's see. 1, 3, 4. This number came up in the reading before this one, and I'm like, why does this number keep coming up? So it's 1, 3, 4. not the reading as in the pile, like not the pile, the video before this one, whenever this one goes up, right? Because I'm doing some in advance. I'm gonna be here for a bit, and I'm not gonna be able to film, but this number kept coming up. So you can look up these numbers individually. So 1, 3, and 4 in numerology. You can look up any combination of these numbers. So 1, 3, 4, 4, 3, 1, blah blah blah. You know, you get the gist. But also you can add them up and reduce them to see what the number is. So you would do 1 plus 3 equals 4 plus 4 equals 8. So you would also look up the numerological significance of the number 8, right? So whichever you feel called to do, whichever combination or number, or even if it's all of them, whatever you feel like you should look into, go ahead and do it. I'm not gonna tell you much about this because I am not a numerologist, so I don't feel comfortable explaining meaning to you because that's not my area of expertise. So I'm hearing a lot about, before I finish your reading, like I just heard something about building things yourself, and they're showing me someone like putting together a shelf. So if that's something you did recently, like they're proud of you for that. But I feel like it's more like it's not literal. It's more like they're talking about you being more independent and relying more on yourself. And also like before, even if you, especially if you were like someone that was very clumsy because you were always doing everything or trying to do everything at once, you kind of learn to trust yourself a lot more and your capabilities. So that's something that they're proud of as well, because you are very capable and you have a lot of potential in you, okay? So it's kind of like you have been working to see that. Maybe you don't fully see it yet, and that's why this one is coming up as well. Because beauty is not necessarily only about physical beauty. It can be about a lot of things. So really look at what part of yourself or what area of your life you criticize yourself a lot in, or you're not very confident in, and that's the area that this is referring to. Okay, there are strengths there even if you don't see them. That has nothing to do with beauty, but like it just came through. Well, maybe, I guess it can be anything, I suppose. But yeah, that's all I have for you. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to, because I do put out new videos every Sunday. Also, go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you want. I do all my updates of the channel over there. And if you want to buy me a coffee, I have my Venmo and my Cash App in the description down below. It is never expected, but it is always very appreciated. I wish you the best of luck on your journey, and much, much love to you. Bye bye.